Back with another one, man. Tough loss to the Panthers, man. Gotta I don't even know, man. It's a lot to address, man. I don't even know where to start at, man. To tell you the truth. Um, yeah, it was an ugly game, but it was ugly on account of the drops we had, man. Like it's just getting ridiculous now with the drops, the damn drop passes, man. Like first we started out mad at Bradford, you know what I'm saying? Then everybody got angry at Chip Kelly. Then everybody got mad at like the O line. It went from the O line to Bradford to Chip Kelly to the run game, the receivers dropping the ball, man. But this shit is ridiculous now, man. I think we got 42 drop passes on the year, and it's only game 7. So an average of 6 drops a game. That's fucking ridiculous, man. There's only so long you can be mad at Bradford. You know what I'm saying? Or his inaccuracies or shit like that, man. Like you can't keep being mad at the coach when I mean you got a clear cut view of what's going on and everything. Like, but anyway, man. Based off what I seen, man, like last night in this game, we 3-4 now. It's like we had the division for a week. We was basking in our glory for a week. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can't stand, man, is like how it is, like we clowning Dallas, we clowning everybody. The Giants beat the damn Cowboys. We beat the Giants last week, took the division lead, you know what I'm saying? And then we couldn't beat Carolina last night. Like, it was ridiculous, man. It really was. As far as like we got the bye week coming up, so that should be. I mean, it's gonna be brutal because like when you take losses like that, you know what I'm saying, like you wanna see a team back out there like trying to get it together, but now we gotta wait 2 weeks, and then we got Dallas coming in. So I mean, this was a pretty good game, man. We ran 81 plays last night, man, and we still lost. Um, Ironically, man, we had 177 rushing yards. So and they had 204, which is crazy because we don't even allow that many rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? Like the passing yards we won. We won the time of possession battle. We had more penalties. They had 3 damn turnovers and we lost the game. Like even though our defense got gashed on the run last night, we did have 3 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Jenkins had an interception. I think Carroll had an interception and Maxwell had an interception. So I mean, we couldn't really capitalize on our opportunities when we got them turnovers. Like I mean, it was just like Bradford against the Giants. You know what I'm saying? He had 3 interceptions, but we won the game. So I guess we just got the shit into the stick last night, even though we won the turnover battle. But as far as yesterday though, man, like we did get gashed on the run, and that's typically not us, man. That's not our defense. It's not the way we play. I mean, so, but that dude, man, the running backs for the Panthers, man, those are big dudes, man. But there was a lot of shit that pissed you off last night, man. Like the run game, you know what I'm saying? Matthews, even though he did have a 63, I think, yard touchdown run. So I mean, if you take that away from the 177 yards rushing we had, it's a mediocre 114 yards. You know what I'm saying? So, but the ball in Carolina, he also had like a 70 something yard run in the first quarter, like damn near as soon as the game started. Murray was 1865 yards. Matthews only had 6 carries. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Jonathan Stewart, man. He killed us. Well, and the funny thing about it, he was 24 attempts, 125 yards. We ain't allowed 100-yard rushing in a while, man. Like I mean, like since last season. So I mean, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? Ted Ginn Jr. He killed us with that little flicker play. Cam Newton had 4 rushes for 20 yards. Like, it's getting harder for receiving. Zach Ertz led our receivers, 5 receptions, 63 yards. Miles Austin 452. Jordan Matthews, man, like, I don't even really want to get into the drops. Like, none of they receivers had a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of our receivers had a touchdown. Like, it's getting real ridiculous, man. Like, Nolan Carroll led the team with tackles. He had an interception. Kendricks, of course, he returned. He had, I think, the only sack last night. We lost Jason Peters. Like, Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly. Oh my God, them two guys, man. They were shutting down our fucking slot receivers. Like, they were shutting down Jordan Matthews in coverage and needing linebackers. Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. And trying to be like level headed throughout all of this, like when I gotta run my Eagles pages and shit, man, like trying to be level headed through this whole ordeal, man, it's starting to get more and more harder and more frustrating because, like, of course, y'all know some games I'm mad at the coaching and everything. The only thing I'm really mad at Chip Kelly for right now is his playbook is just like dry. Like, when he came into the NFL, like, he was doing all these little college trick formations and shit like that. Like, it just seemed like he just runs a dry playbook. You know what I'm saying? Predictable plays. And the execution, man, it's not coming down really to nothing but lack of execution. Because when Chip Kelly, man, to think about it, he's a real egotistical guy. But I'm looking at him and I'm watching how he's coaching now. Like, he's trying to adjust his mentality to fit the NFL level. You know what I'm saying? And the NFL style of play. What I mean by that, man, is like he's trying to slow down the offense when he can. Like, he's trying to, he's trying to do certain things. And that's a lot. That's a lot for an egotistical coach to have. You know what I'm saying? So I will give him props on that. The only thing I'm really mad at Chip Kelly for, man, is like, aside from his playbook, is the fact that, like, even though you get mad at the players because they not out there executing, man, like, you gotta have some anger towards the coach for putting these players out there. Like, you got a bunch of inexperienced receivers out there, man, and like, even though they dropping passes and you're not the one that's out there playing, like, you had to know, man, like, somehow, some way, like, you gotta have some type of veteran, like, leader out there, you know what I'm saying, to guide these young bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, the drop balls and the miscommunications and the wrong route running and everything, that's all the things that's to be expected of young receivers that's still trying to, find a niche. But at the same time, man, like, every player out there, like, the fans that that upsets the fans and the fans lash out at, man, like, you gotta throw some of that anger towards Chip Kelly, man, because I know it's getting old and it's getting kind of cliche. Everybody says, like, yeah, he broke up this team and that. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? My only ill will towards Chip Kelly is, like, you got these young guys out there, man, and they're not, like, you're using Jordan Matthews correctly. Like, every time, like, you need, like, a big game, Jordan Matthews is supposed to be that guy that, Jordan Matthews kind of, like, play like a tight end, actually. Like, he plays short intermediate route running and stuff like that. So if it's like 1st and 10 and you run, you gain 3 yards, then it's 2nd and 7. Like, your mentality should be, let's get a first down on 2nd and 7. Not let's throw the ball to Jordan Matthews 3 yards out and hope he can make something happen. Because it's so easy to game plan against us because nobody fears our offense. Like, nobody fears our offense to the point where it's like the only thing I saw respectfully yesterday was they put 24, I think his name is I'm not mistaken, Josh Norman. Yeah, on Josh Huff. You know what I'm saying? So they figured Cooper wasn't a threat, so we didn't have to waste Norman on Cooper. We didn't have to put Norman in the slot to cover Matthews. They just put their damn linebackers on Matthews. Like, I barely saw this nickel corner really guarding Matthews. Like, I seen Matthews getting tackled by linebackers. Like, so, I mean, You establish a game plan, man, but it's basic. You know what I'm saying? Until you get some guys on this offense that people gonna fear, you're not really gonna get nowhere, man. And like last night, the damn drop passes, man, like that like you see me, I'm calm now. This is my angry voice. Cause it's not really nothing driving me to really get like it's not really nothing driving me to get like animated. You know what I'm saying? Like as a fan, man, you just watching this team and like we want to win a Super Bowl so bad, man. Like we want to win so bad, like, and it just seemed like we just keep hitting the reset button. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, last night was the perfect opportunity to show people that we was for real. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the naysayers that's gonna come back out and say, well, I'm pretty sure they not doubting our defense. I think they know our defense is for real. But like, just watching this game, man, like Zach Ertz. I mean, Zach Ertz is pretty good, man. I like Zach Ertz. And right now, you know, you would think right now in the seventh game you would have like a go-to guy that the quarterback can go to. And it seems like Zach Ertz and Bradford are making that they are making that connection, you know what I'm saying? And that could be beneficial to us later on down the line, man. But Jordan Matthews, he frustrates me so much because he drops the ball so fucking much. And I'm sitting here like, now I kind of understand why he didn't want that onus of being the number one receiver on him. Because you're not really playing like a number one receiver. Every way that Chip Kelly uses him in the slot, it's like predictable. And nobody really fears Jordan Matthews to the point where like you're going to say, all right, we're going to put our shutdown cornerback on him all game. Like he's not going to be the one that's going to beat us. They look at Matthews like he's an easy guy to play against. Like, I mean, that is what it is, man. As far as Tegan Jr. and Philly Brown, they didn't really blow us out of the water with the way they played, but they did kill us with like situational catches and things like that. It wasn't really a big time game for me to really address like so much about it. It was just more so, I mean, Caleb Sturgis, he was a guy that we hated first game he played. He actually hit all his extra points yesterday, and he actually hit a 52-yard field goal. He just missed the 50-yarder. But even that, man, like you gotta capitalize off those turnovers. When Malcolm Jenkins got that interception, man, like we were supposed to get in the end zone. Like, and I don't know what it is about this team, but we can't seem to score touchdowns when we got a short field or we're in the red zone. But you know, like it's just like you come with a game plan to play the Eagles. The only thing you really gotta worry about with us is our tempo. But as far as like matching up and game planning, it's not really nothing to fear about our offense. We got a bunch of young guys that's inexperienced, and we got a new quarterback for like the fourth time in 4 years. Like that's another thing I wanted to address, and I'm gonna do that in another video. But yeah, like I watched this game, and we had a chance all the way up until the point where I think Alan Barber gave up the sack, and it pushed us back. When we were on the drive that would have got us the lead had we scored. So then, and I was telling my girl before that drive started, I said right now it depends on how fast we score, because if we can give our defense rest right now and drive down carefully and chew some clock up, if we get the lead, it'll be a short lead. It'll be a small lead, but depending on how much time is left. So if you give your defense a rest and you send them guys back out there with a little bit of rest, you know, they could probably get the stop that we need, and then we could close out the game. But no sooner than I said that, you got Alan Barber giving up the sack on Bradford. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, and it backed us up, so we wound up punting the ball again. Then we get the ball on the last drive, and on 4th and 9, I believe, you had Huff with a touchdown drop. You had Matthews, he caught a touchdown pass, but he only got 1 foot in bounds. You had a lot of drops last night. Sproles dropped one. I think Matthews dropped about 3 passes last night. And on 4th and 9, Bradford had Miles Austin open for a first down, and he dropped it. And I think I seen him on the bench say "fuck me" like real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the drops is a problem, man. Like, there's only so much you can pinpoint and point the finger at Bradford. There's only so much you can do when you pointing the finger at Chip Kelly for his play calling. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we just not an experienced offense. Like, we got a new core. Like, Josh Huff was playing with Nick Foles and Mark Sanchez last year. Matthews was too. Like, now you playing with Sam Bradford. Like, the quarterback chemistry just not going to get there. And I'll address that in another video too. But this was just my way to sum up the game last night. I mean, we had a shot to win the game, and we stayed in it even though we was making a lot of mistakes and getting a lot of 3 and outs, dropping a lot of balls. We did stay in the game for a bit, and we had it. We could have won that game, man. But I think our biggest problem now is just the inexperience and the lack of chemistry that we have on offense. Like, it's so many new players on offense now. So, and then we lost Jason Peters for the game early in the game. So, like, it's just a prime example of one small thing how it can mess up your whole offense. But that's all I really wanted to address with this video, summing up that loss, man. Like, it's frustrating, man. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just like I said, we was gonna go 11-5, but I don't even see us going 11-5 now. Like, unless some miraculous miracle happen. But 1-5 means you only can lose one more game for the next 9. So, I mean, gotta go 8-1 in the next 9 weeks, which probably a stretch, a hell of a stretch. So, I mean, I don't know, man, but I'm gonna get on to another video and let y'all check this one out. Peace.